Hello, everyone. We're back in Momma T's kitchen. It's the day before Resurrection Sunday, and I just want to say to everyone, God bless, on this glorious occasion, Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday, as many of us know. And we're back in the kitchen. And today, for this special dinner, I'm cooking my family, y'all, seafood lasagna in Momma T's kitchen. This was a special request from my friend, from my sons, following on the Smacker page, our family food channel, and they've been requesting this for quite some time. I decided to do it this week because this is going to be a special dinner, in the COVID-19. We're still celebrating, y'all. Don't matter. Jesus came, He died, and He got up on the cross for us. So, it's going to be special for me and my family. And I just invite you in to see what I'm cooking now for us this Sunday. So, we're just going to start off by I'm going to show you just all the things you would need in this recipe. And also, I'm going to do a keto friendly lasagna at the same time because if you all remember or you're following Momma T, I'm on a journey to healthy and wholeness. So, I do things differently just for me. So, for the keto community, I'm going to at the simultaneously do keto friendly seafood lasagna while doing regular seafood lasagna. So this is going to be a treat. So I just suggest that although the video might get timely, that I'm going to drop jewels all through this video. So I suggest that if there's any other video that you look at from beginning to end, it will be this one. So take a look. We have our chicken for the keto lasagna we're going to use in place of the shells because we don't eat starch. We have jumbo imitation crab. We have our asparagus. We have our shrimp. We have our sharp cheese, cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese. I have all my Caesars laid out for you guys because, again, I'm doing this alone. So I have to make sure that I have everything out. My kitchen's small, so I have everything out and prep in this container. I shortcut today and bought green peppers and onions already cut up in the market. And I bought them because today I'm kind of tired. I don't like to go to market and, cooking the same day. I like to have my stuff ready. And this is cut very fine. And I like things cut very fine. So the flavor bursts in your mouth, but at the same time, you don't taste chunks of anything. That's just me, y'all. Now, some people like stuff chunky. In my keto lasagna, I'm going to key in on this right here. This is already baked noodles. And the reason why I'm going to use that today, y'all, is just another little shortcut into the keto lasagna because I'm doing a large family lasagna. And I'm taking no shorts on this. I'm going to do these noodles in this pot right here. I'm going to add in this pot a half a stick of butter. I'm going to also add in bone broth, chicken bone broth. And then I'm going to put 3 bouillon cubes in here because you don't have to do this step, but just me and my palate, extra steps make a difference for me. Now, the average person won't even notice, but this is going to be my way of flavoring and layering everything in this lasagna, y'all. So for me, I always put in butter in this pot because you don't want to have to keep stirring. Butter or any type of oil in here will keep your noodles from sticking while we try to reach al dente, meaning where the noodles are soft. It's not so important in here so much because we're going to cook this in the oven too. So we're going to just get the noodles to a consistency where we can layer them out. So this lasagna is for my family, and I'm not taking no shortcuts. I'm using the old-fashioned noodles because last time I did this recipe, they loved it. And I loved it too. But I could taste a little bit of stiffness in this already baked. And trust me, it's probably just me because I'm just a type person, flavor person. So least little thing, I can tell a difference in something. And when I'm tasting something, I'm tasting for everything, texture, flavor, and how it looks. So what we gonna do, y'all? I'm just gonna give you a flash. Everything's been washed down in this kitchen and exceptionally clean. And I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna wash down my shrimp, take my crab meat out, get it exceptionally dry in a cheesecloth, dry everything off, have everything bold and ready so we can put this together, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, be back. And I just wanted to show how I'm gonna get the water, excess water out of my meat. See that? I'm basically squeezing the cloth and I'm getting all the excess water out of the meat. So therefore, this is going to, before I season it, it has to be dry. And so I'm going to come back and show you how to season the meat up. Okay, we're going to start off with garlic. And I'm just going to hit this all over the pan, a light coating or dusting as you will call it. So this is where you don't need your measurements. I always say as a shortcut and for a cook, don't be scared. Cover the top of whatever you cooking and you know that it's going to mix in well with the bottom. And I'll show you how we're going to mix it. Okay, y'all, this is oregano. We're going to start at the top of the pan and give it a dusting. Okay? It's kind of, this oregano don't want to get stuck. But okay, that's how we're going to do that whole at top. Okay? And since this is a lasagna dish, oregano goes heavy in there. We want that heavy in there. So you can see how I seasoned the top of that, y'all. I don't have any measurements because I'm not a measurement cook. Okay, y'all. We have Italian herb spaghetti. It's like Italian. So we're not going to do too much with this. We're just going to go over that real quick in case any herbs we left out. It's going to cover that. We have basil, y'all. We're going in with some basil. Okay? And then we're going in with the grandmaster for my seafood lasagna. Okay, now depending on where this air, some people don't even know about this seasoning. This is Baltimore, Maryland, and this is home of the crabs, baby. And we know about some Old Bay. So if you can't get this at your local market, I suggest you go on Amazon. Maybe not at this time, but in the near future, and get this because this is what really gonna bang out my seafood lasagna. Now this going in heavy because I want this to take over the imitation crab meat. We putting real crab in here, but for some reason my crab is not defrosted yet. So I'm going in with this Obey, y'all, because I want this imitation crab meat, once it's mixed with the real crab meat, to take on its characteristics. So you feeling like you're getting lump crab meat all the way through this. And the only way you can do it is squeeze the water out, get that sugary natural juice off the imitation crab meat, and then it becomes meat. You know, you don't have that flavor. So I kind of try to squeeze out all of that, and I'm just hitting it with a little bit of our culture, just a little bit of that, because we've already put a lot of seasoning, and we're going to go in and everything will be seasoned and layered. So I'm giving you a good look at what this looks like, because I'm not a cup of this and a half a cup of that, because I don't want to be going back. I'm going in with this hand, y'all, and I'm going to mess around. I don't want to disturb it and break it down so it's not lumpy anymore. And from the heat from my hand, y'all, if you know anything about chemistry, it creates heat when the body has friction. So you're not going to get the same result if you use a plastic glove. You can, but it might take longer. But baby, we know when we get together and we rub up against each other, we create heat, and the mix go in better, quicker. Cooks don't have time. You cooking for your family. You got time for plastic gloves all the time. I know I don't. If you do on your channel, that's fine. But me, I'm doing it the way I do it every time, baby. I'm not in a restaurant. I'm cooking for my family. So this is how I do it. And I wash my hands in between in the zinc or whatever. And I ain't trying to do nothing that's going to hurt my family. So, you know, you pray over your food too, because you never know what's in it before you get it. And some stuff you can't wash. And I'm sure we know that. So that's where prayer comes in, everybody. You're supposed to be praying over your food. While I'm cooking this food today, nobody ain't in the house. I'm blessing my food. I want it to taste good, but I also want it to be spiritual nourishment going into my children's body. That's what's most important. You know, when they acting out, and you can't get them to act right, because we can't change people. This is what I do. I go to the Lord. Spirit travels. I ask him to bless this food. Give my children some intelligence. You know, anything that I need. You know, when we put giving our children good food and love, you know, it's more than just food. You know, we got to get back to the old way and the old things. So we're going to come back. We're going to pan sear the shrimp a little bit. Wait for the crab meat to get a little bit loose. And I'm going to add that in here with this mixture. And we just want to show you how to put it all together, y'all. Just show you how to put everything together. I'm getting ready to get my sauce pot and put my onions and green peppers and all that goodness in that pot, you know, and make that flavor just go together. Then I'm gonna saute my asparagus for the plating, y'all, and I'm gonna saute some spinach, because when the kids don't wanna have spinach on their plate and all that, I'm gonna slip it into the lasagna, y'all. We gonna stuff this baby, and I'll be right back. Okay. We getting ready to saute just lightly and season our shrimp. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna drop those shrimps in like so, and we still have the tail on them. I will be cutting those off after the shrimp get a little fried. You don't have to do it all the way. We just want a little pinkness, put some flavor on them, and it's because we don't want the shrimp to shrivel up. So I left the tails on them for now, because as you can see, they're a pretty good size. And we want them to stay that way, because I'm going to be chopping these bad boys up. At least a third into threes. So that we'll have a piece of shrimp in each bite, or somewhere in the vicinity, y'all. Okay, they all in the pan. And now, since I got them all in the pan, I'm going to turn the fire out on my saute pan. And I'm not going to do what I did in the other one. I'm just going to do a little oregano real quick, y'all. There's already butter in the pan. A little garlic again. Just a little bit. Okay. Pinch your old bag. And this time, on this specific part, on our roux, we're gonna put in some accent. This is good, y'all, right here. Accent is one of my staple seasonings that I slip in here and there. I'm gonna turn this roux down. We're getting ready to make a roux, but I want to concentrate on the shrimp first and make sure that's where that's supposed to be. Okay, and big red. This is my big red. And this is little Susie red. Okay, and these are my sauce pans. Other day I cooked and I showed you my ugly pan. My ugly pan I save for when I'm using high fire, and I can burn it up and scrape it up and do what I need to do in that pan. These pans I save, and as you see, I'm using a wooden spoon, so I'm treating these babies good, because my sauces go in this pan. And my shrimp is in this pan. And what happens is, I don't want to scrape these pans. So I'm using wooden utensils or even plastic, because these are sauces and there's no reason for these pans to really stick. So I'm going to turn the flame down on my grill, my butter that's already in that pan. And I'm going to turn this up a little bit. And we're going to concentrate on these shrimp right here. And we're going to get these shrimp a little pink, and we're going to take them off. We're going to cut them up, set them aside, and add them to, set them aside until we layer out our lasagna. And I mean, really, it don't have to take this long. This just me and my way of doing things. And the reason being is, again, it depends on the end result and the product of which you want. I'm going to just let that set. Because I want it to be not done, but like flipped on. When I flip it on one side, just have a nice pink coating. And then I'm going to take them off, y'all, because I don't want them overcooked. And remember, this is going to cook in the oven at least 45 minutes. So, you don't want to overcook your shrimp or anything like that. You just want to open them up a little bit, give it some flavor. I'm going to peel off the tails. And I'm going to add them in and come back. So, these are almost done. Just checking out the ones on the corner and on the side, y'all. Just making sure, because they're going to get done either way. But we just incorporated a little flavor in them, so we don't want to miss nothing. We want everything to be good. And let me tell you something. When you're cooking in the kitchen, one indicator that you're doing something right is that smell. If you ain't getting the smell from your cooking aroma, something wrong. Something's wrong in that kitchen. Because I'm telling you right now that in this kitchen, we want to take out onions that's already been cut up for us. And we throwing them in here, y'all. We just taking them. And we're going to dump some of that in there. Just like so. So you got the butter in there. You got, you put the onion in there. And we're going to save half for a kilo lasagna. This just, this for the family regular lasagna. So, okay. Our shrimp is just about done. Because we don't want to cook it all the way. It's going to cook in the oven again. So I'm going to turn that pot off. Because, baby, when you cooking seafood, you can't afford to be overcooked, undercooked. You got to make sure that thing right. Because it's too high, honestly. And that's why my son kept asking me, Mom, you gonna cook the seafood? They keep asking for. Yes, son, but wait a minute here. These ingredients ain't no joke. You know, I gotta cook it when my papa said cook it. So okay, y'all, you see here, we I done put my green peppers, my onions, and I forgot to put my garlic. So I'm gonna have to add that in. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this phone down and add that in. Okay. Now that's the minced garlic, y'all. Yeah, we stirring up now, baby. We cooking what they say with some more. So another thing I want to really talk about is I'm making a homemade roux, you know, for the cheese mix for the lasagna. But you can also have a cheat time. And cheating, you can cheat with this brand of Bellini sauce. This right here, I'm going to cheat on my keto lasagna and use this. Because I just don't feel like making up no more sauce. But I'm going to start from scratch on this roux over here and make it from scratch. Like I said, we're not doing no shortcuts on the family one. So So we're going to fry that on down, saute it. Make sure the flavors are really like mixed in there, y'all. Then we're going to come with our heavy whipping cream. Now, you know, each cook should have their own thing that they use. I'm using whipping cream, but honestly, guys, on my keto one, I would use 2% milk or carnation with a water mixture, half and half, carnation, pet, or any of those, because you actually can make a roux from any of those. We started out with butter. I got my green peppers, my onions, and I normally cut these, but because tomorrow I'm making like 2 dishes at once, I'm doing dessert. I'm doing it up, y'all, Resurrection Sunday. And when I saw these in the market, I decided right then and there, okay, Tracy, we're going to go with this today, because the market was overburned today. Today is Saturday, right before Resurrection Sunday, and I think everybody's going to be having special meals. So right here, we're going to drop in about 2 tablespoons or 3. Don't matter really much, because I'm going to make this consistency what I want it to be. But you can do 2 tablespoons for starter. What I'll do is I'll add in, if it's the consistency not right, I'll add in more cheese. I'll add in more heavy whipping cream until the consistency gets like I want it to be, you know? That's how you improvise as a good cook, y'all. So, if you're in the tablespoons and teaspoons, I will do it for dessert. But in cooking, honestly, you can taste the food, give it a little taste, and a good chef know what they're looking for. They know what they like to eat. And so it's really to your liking, even with recipes like that, because, come on now, we in different parts of the world, so you know what your family like. So we're pouring in the whipping cream, y'all, right now. We're going to save some, because when it's thicking up, I'll use that for the kind of to thin it out, depending on what I'm looking for. And this creamy, you see how that roux turns? It turns so good. Okay, and I'm going to add in some more, y'all. And let that just cook on down, saute on down, get that creaminess going on. Yes, and all those flavors, just lock it in there. This is what cooking is all about. This is homemade sauce, y'all. We bringing it in right for you. We're using whipping cream on this, but I'll show you how I'm going to lay out my keto lasagna. And I'll show you how I'm going to do pre-packaging for the keto, because of course I'm not going to eat all that lasagna in one day. I'm making a whole pan. So I'm going to be slicing that up and putting it into the containers that I do for meal prep. And I'm going to be freezing them right away. Just like when you go to the store and you buy those meals, expensive meals for $2, $3. Baby, your own meal, if you freeze it and have some containers, can be better than any. So now I'm going to turn down, because I have it on a high heat right now. I'm going to turn it down medium low, because I'm going to add in all that milk, because we're going to need quite some milk, y'all. And guess what? Let me show you how a short tip too here. This the bone broth again. It's seasoning in here. Same thing I season the noodles. Now, if you can't eat your noodles without anything on them, you ain't got a noodle. All my noodles that I fix for all my food is seasoned, and I can eat that noodle plain. So therefore, I know I'm on the right street. I'm on Ferndale, y'all. I'm on Ferndale. Okay. So I poured in some chicken bone broth to loosen it up. Because the reason why I want this loose, because then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in some Parmesan cheese. And this is called blondie. A white roux, they call it blondie for short. So I'm making a blondie, y'all. And I don't want this blondie thick. So if it thickens up on you and everything, get it to your liking. And I want it a little bit thick than that, because this was going to keep the noodles flavored and going to keep the noodles moist. And while it's cooking, going to keep it juicy. So we're going to go over here. We're going to hold this camera steady. And I'm going to find some Parmesan cheese that's open already on the counter, y'all. And I'm going to throw some in there. Well, it was getting ready to get mozzarella. So, because Parmesan don't seem to be open. But, I call myself having all this stuff open before I get to this point. So give me a second. Right there. Okay, I taste the roux, and I knew to my tongue, I knew something wasn't quite like, um, this is a block, one whole block of cream cheese. And baby, this is the top secret of all roux. So now, when I taste my roux, it was pretty good. But I have a high standard of flavor taste. So, I'm going to key in, this is Old Bay. It is Montreal steak seasoning, y'all. Okay, don't forget that. That's the bottom line, baby, of everything. And what else did I go in with? Oh, and the accent again. Okay, so y'all look, check this out. This gonna bring the roux right where I want it to be. The block of Philadelphia cream cheese. And this is what you're trying to get to the gooey ooey, to the sticky icky. You want to get that in there. And you don't want a high flame. So you can get that and take that and let that melt on down. And as this roux thickens up with the Parmesan cheese, a cup and a half if you need a measurement. I just take a palmful and I taste mine and see what it needs. But if you need a measurement of this, okay, do a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese in this roux. And I just showed you my cream cheese. I took it out early and it was at room temperature. So, you know, that's working out good. But as you can see how that now, how it's gooey ooey and sticking on that utensil. And that's what we're looking for. And I'm going to even add in some more bone broth. Because this seasoned to a T now. I could just look at this. You can look at it. Look at that. Look at all that goodness. Look at that. Look at that. So, Momma T just looked at that and knew something wasn't right. But you know, I got a lot of stuff to do, y'all. And I'm just trying to get the seafood lasagna where my children, when they eat this, it's like, oh man, I love it. So let me tell you. I got this pan over here that's fully cut, washed, cut, seasoned. And then I have my crab meat right here too. And what I'm going to do is, the lump imitation, I'm going to dump it in the roux. I'm going to dump it in the blowing lady. We're going to dump all that goodness in there. That's how we're going to do that. And we're just going to flip it around and put flavor on flavor. And then our stuffing, y'all, it's almost done. When I tell you it's almost done. And it's so thick that I already know we're going to need a little bit of bone broth to loosen it out. But I had to get it right to the right consistency, y'all. And we just going to flip that back and forth. And we're going to let that marinade cool off in its juices. And then we're going to start laying this down. But before I do that, I have to saute my spinach. Because we're going to give them kids a nice treat. And they ain't even going to know they're getting green vegetables at the same time, y'all. We're going to put that spinach up in here. And then if anybody, when you go to the restaurant, have had seafood Alfredo with a side of spinach, it's really good if you like spinach. But hear that? That's all that goodness. There ain't nothing but goodness, baby. And love up in there. You can look at that and tell that's good. You can look at that and imagine what. And I'm telling you, y'all, the aroma in here, off the chain, off the charts. You can't beat it with a baseball bat. And I'm going in and I'm going to hit this with some more bone broth. Because I got to do 2 pans of lasagna. I'm doing the keto and I'm doing my regular pan. When we got to do this thing in layers, and we're going to lay up them cheeses, baby. And We gonna get that thing right. Look at that. 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 And guess what, y'all? The imitation crab meat, when you eat, it's gonna taste like lump crab meat all the way through. We're not even gonna put our shrimp in there because I like to just top my stuff off with the shrimp. We're gonna mix our shrimp and crab meat together, but I'm gonna cut these up into like thirds. Because as you can see, they're pretty long, and I gotta de-shell them for the ones that had a shell. And a quick tip is, if you leave your shell on and steam your shrimp, you get more shrimp. It doesn't shrink. That's why when you get it sometimes in the restaurant, they leave it on there. But most people want to just eat. But I understand that. And so I've cooked my shrimp and I've kept the size on these shrimp. Had I took off the end tail, they would have been like that. So I didn't want that because I want to cut these. And I want to drizzle my shrimp and crab meat on the top of this mixture. Then add in the cheese. And if you don't think these specific mechanism in the way that I'm layering this make a difference, it does. Because every layer is adding flavor. And it's adding in every bite. And I like consistent food. I don't like one side. Oh, no cheese over here. Every time you put the fork down the cut and you bring it to your mouth, I want everything to bust in flavor. So I'm going to cut this shrimp up. And I'm going to get back to you. And we're going to start laying up our keto lasagna. And we're going to do the regular lasagna. And I'm going to saute my spinach, y'all. And just layer this thing up for y'all. And then I'll be cooking it. We put 2 pads of butter, maybe of like a quarter of a stick of butter. Some bone broth again. You could use water, whatever you want to flavor yours with. You can use bacon grease. You can use whatever you want to use. Just what I use. We're going to take our spinach. We're going to dump that in there like so. And if you know about spinach, I have like 3 bags of spinach. This spinach is going to wilt down. And it's going to just cook so fast. It doesn't even make sense. And where I started to just get 2. But since, again, I'm doing 2 lasagnas. It's not going to all fit in this pan, y'all. But this is going to be wilt down in a few seconds. And just get that on up in the pan. And while that's doing what it's doing, I had my garlic herb seasoning out, flavoring. And it's by Mrs. Dash. And I like this on spinach. It just makes the spinach taste so good. So we're going to go in with that, y'all, while it's steaming on down. And I can add some more in there real quick. I'm going to hit that with that. And garlic and herb pretty much kind of take care of a lot of the flavor in this. So we're going to fold it like so. Because it done already went in half a pan from a whole pan. And we're going to add in the rest of the second bag, y'all. Because I really don't feel like making another batch, even though that half done fell, some done fell on the floor. But that's okay. We're just going to clean that up, because in between these sets that I'm doing, I'm already cleaning. We just trying to steam it, move it, and get it wilted. You don't really want to cook it because it's warm, and again, it's going to cook. And you got a lot of flavor in that roux. And so that's going to do the trick. I'm pressing it down, y'all. Don't try this at home if you don't know your pan and your pot, because you might scorch your stuff. But I know what I'm doing, y'all. So you could flip it with this. But when you get it on down and you press it, it kind of moves fast. As you can see, again, we done went on to another level. We can ready to go to another bag, y'all. This be on the third bag. And I'm trying to do this in the same pot, so, because really, it wilts down, and 3 bags is little enough. When I cook spinach, there's no leftovers, so it's kind of expensive more than greens. Because greens, you can cook a big pot of greens, and I have leftovers in greens, but whenever I cook spinach, there's no leftovers. So I'm kind of like folding this up over, and I'm going to turn the flame down now because I want to get some more in here. So I want that to wilt on down. And as it wilts, I'm just adding in more. And I'm pressing it in with a steam it. And I'll just add in more butter and more herb seasoning as it cooks down. And each time it cooks like this side been wilted for a while, so I'm gonna flip that back and push the undone stuff over and flip. So it's always a mechanism to how a cook cooks. And I know my pan, I can turn it over this way because this where the flame truly is. So I'm gonna push, because guess what, y'all? We pushing for more. I ain't got time to do no more washing of these pans. And I've been in here quite some time, because when you filming and taping and cooking at the same time, it's twice as long. And I done been to the market and all that, y'all. So we're going to let that simmer on down. We're going to let it just cook a little bit. Add some more flavor to it. I'm going in with this herb seasoning. And I'm not going to do a lot with that, because honestly, this don't even have to be seasoned for what it's going into. But I'm just showing you 2 for 1, y'all. For the people who want to see how I steam broccoli. Broccoli makes its own, spinach. Spinach makes its own water. So as it cooks down, it's making the juice. All I did was put in there butter and some bone broth. And what bone broth did, and here we go. That's this, y'all. You can use beef broth. It don't even much matter, be honest with you. Because what you want to do is just keep it where it's not frying. You just want to wilt it down, and you do want to get some flavor in it, because you don't want in the middle of your lasagna it tastes like you're eating a leaf. And what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show you that part, because some things is just tedious. I'm going to, when the spinach cool off, I'm going to take it in the palm of my hand over the zinc, and I'm going to squeeze it, because I'm going to get all the juice out of it. I want this to go into my lasagna dry. I don't want no spinach juice in that lasagna. It'll ruin the whole thing. So you don't want to take it from this pan like this, juicy. You want to dry it out. And certain things, as if you cook it, you're going to figure it out along the way. So I just try to get on here and show the main steps. Most people who watch cooking shows or cooking channels, they already know what they like pretty much. I am going to hit this with some pepper, though. They know what they like. And I would normally hit it with a little salt, too, but we already salted up everything. And this is going inside of this, so. And see, it's basically right where I want it to be. Emulsified and soft. So if you are trying to camouflage the spinach, the children won't know. They're just getting all that goodness. And they getting spinach in the top. Because I'm going in with spinach. I like spinach. But if you don't like spinach, you don't have to stuff your lasagna with this. You can just bypass this, because the last time I made it, I didn't put spinach in. But I missed the spinach. I said, ooh, that would be good next time. Make it with the spinach. So, baby, that's about done, y'all. And y'all see I used my ugly pan because it's the perfect size. And I didn't want to go in and use 2 and 3 pans. And I didn't want to use my good sauce pans, because I only put sauce in them. My fries up in this pan, and it do what it do, baby. I can turn it up and down, and you can't make no more mistakes in this pan. So that's why The ugly pan always get the vegetables. It always get the bacon. It always get the more stuff that is possible you can scorch and burn on. So we're gonna be back, and we're gonna in 1 second. Everything's ready. All the ingredients is ready for laying out both lasagnas. Um, we have our asparagus over here, but today asparagus, all you can do is season them up and blanch them, steam them, cook them to your liking, and everybody can pretty much figure that out. So in this video, I'm just going to do that off camera, and y'all, you know, we're going to come back. We're going to mukbang this lasagna. And what that means is I'm going to have somebody eat this on camera, whether it be me, my daughter, any one of the guests, the mukbang this, and just show you. Because sometimes people might make stuff they don't even eat. But baby, on this channel, I promise you one thing, and one thing only. If it ain't a 10 on my scale of liking, then I'm not going to have it. Because I don't eat nobody's food that's nasty. I kind of fold it up in a napkin or whatever. I try to do what it do. And that's just me, y'all. And I don't mean no harm, but I can't do it. So I want, you know, the world to see this lasagna being enjoyed. And so you know that in this kitchen, we cooking up some good food, okay? Not just okay. What we talking about, we cooking gourmet style. We using ingredients at its best, and you can always come in and out of these videos as a cook, or you being in control of your kitchen and do what you want. This is just about watching something and see what somebody else do that you might can pick up some tips and make your kitchen better or equivalent. Because this is how I got to this goal. I watch plenty of shows, y'all. And most times I already was on the right track. The person just gave me a quick tip to get me there. And that's all I'm saying. I'm on here, y'all, sharing quick tips and sharing my family meals of what I cook my kids at home. And, you know, where I used to go out and spend $100 for one person, I could spend $100 and treat my whole family to a restaurant-style dinner, y'all. So we're going to come back and we're going to mix this lasagna, layer it, and we're going to put it in the oven, y'all, and make it do what it do. I say not Mama Mia, but Momma T. And I'll see you when I get back. Alright, y'all, we back right here in Momma T's kitchen, and I'm going to mukbang this food for y'all. I wanted one of my family members to do it, but baby, that food left fast, so I'm going to have to do it for the video. This is my spinach that I made with all herb and garlic sauce. You get in real good, bursting with flavor. Hot tea. Oh. This spinach melting in your mouth and melting with butter. And I'm going to move this seafood lasagna, y'all, just so you can see it. Cut that bad boy. You can try to get all of it in there. Oh, my God. Woo. But I tell you, have some of that. Have some of that goodness. You go first. Have some of that, baby. This thing, when I tell you, it's a labor of love, but it is so good, and it goes so well with the spinach, y'all. Oh my goodness. I am ketoing, and I ain't eat for 2 days. I've been in the kitchen for 2 days filming the resurrection, cooking the resurrection dinner, y'all. Look at that. Here's some of that. Here's some of that. Here we go, y'all. thing is so good. I'm just gonna turn this around because I want y'all to see all the love and goodness that Momma T put up in that. Woo wee! You better get you some. And y'all, I have a full tutorial on how I made this. I'm sharing the love. I'm not keeping it to myself. And that's what my channel was all about. And just a quick few minutes, I want to give a shout out to all the greats that I know that experienced in my life. First up, Mama Jean, all the hoes, they all can cook. Keisha Jarvis' mother, you know, my auntie Vanessa, she throws down in the kitchen. Jackie, and all my girlfriends' mothers, the T's, Miss Laverne, everybody added to this cooking experience, trust me, because over the years, cooking's important. It gives you your memories. I remember all the greats. Jackie made lasagna at my baby shower, you know. Auntie Vanessa, she cooked every week. You know, I ate leftovers over there for 3 years, and I mean, you ain't had to pull out the salt and all the pepper. You know, Miss Laverne and Latisse, they cook for the masses, and they taught my daughter because I asked her where she learned from, and she said she got most of her tips from them. So I just want to take the time, and I miss people here and there. Tinkle, she made my first meal for my first significant other, great, you know, and Michelle Hall, I'm still missing her double eggs from back when. Nobody makes them better than her. She's the reigning queen on double eggs, and she never gave me her secret, and I never was in the kitchen with her. So she still holds that secret, and me and my daughter unanimously talk about those double eggs. And we're on this channel, y'all, because we're making extraordinary food that will give you a lasting impression. You will remember when you eat this. So we ask you to please like, share, and on the Smacker page, my son's very own page, y'all, and he's doing extraordinary things on there, and we smacking them, okay? So just follow us, and we're gonna be dropping jewels on y'all, and we out.